Welcome back to Monster Hunter World on PC with me and Valinar.
Yes, hello.
I see that the Mega Man cat is in the PC version.
Yes, it is. It's new.
Hmm.
Like 2 days old.
I wish to earn this Mega Man cat, even though I will not use it because Spooky Pumpkin Cat is better.
Quest is called Rush of Blood.
I remember. It's the two Orogarons.
Yes.
And I will change from bow, but not yet. Because clearly I was using bow last time. Oh yeah, because we started with the double basil, and then I just stuck with it. Even though it's not fully upgraded, because I don't have many of the Devil Joe gems I need. By which I mean I have none and want lots.
I mean, you'll be able to melt them in like 2 weeks.
And Kol Taroth is out.
Yes. I mean, what?
Who? What's a Taroth? Kolv?
I'm kind of looking forward to it and kind of not.
I'm not, because the fight sucks, but hey, it's good armor and gear.
I want my golden shiny lance back.
I want my armor with really good defense.
It'll take forever to farm the lance that I want, because like 90% of the weapons are crap.
Oh, I forgot about the Mega Man music, and now we actually hear it. Oh, I need to bring Greatsword because it's Dr. Wily Stage 2. Shit.
Oh yeah, of course it is.
Well, I'm bringing that because we need to do this like 3 times at least anyway, don't we? Let's see if I can remember whose music this is. Is this Airman's?
I know this music, but I don't know which man it is.
I would say this is definitely Mega Man 1 to 3 is the one I'm listening to. It's Mega Man music and I didn't even have to edit the video. I know.
Chat, tell me which one the Lance song is, please. And make Flik read it out, because I don't see chat.
Proto Man's Fortress from Mega Man 5. I don't know if that's CR's answer to your one or my one. Also, since when did Proto Man have a fortress?
He's very resourceful.
Oh, the Lance is Metal Man from Mega Man 2.
Ah.
I don't remember Mega Man 5. I did play it. I definitely played like the first 7.
I mean, I played like a couple of them, but I don't exactly remember which ones I played. They all blend together for me.
I'll take your shiny.
Remember when we farmed like 1,000,000 other Garons to get you a gem?
I do, yeah. I don't have good luck with gems I ever want. Just checking the dog didn't leave me a ball.
Look at the tiny tail.
I didn't see it come off. I was looking away. Oh, there it is. I got a plate. I thought it was going to be a gem.
That would be quite funny.
Thankfully it wasn't.
And you could make the weird dual blades again.
Yeah, but I did that on PS4.
You could make the lance. It's kinda good.
I don't like Lance.
How dare you?
No, I'm pressing the wrong buttons. It's pressing the Assassin's Creed pickup button there. There. No, I'd like to get my shiny. Oh, I got it. Good.
Off it goes.
Yeah, you do become Doomfist with the Jobo. It's just a giant fist that shoots arrows. Heart's broken. Please explode now.
Ow. Oh yeah, I should probably sharpen, right?
Yeah, if you're one of those melee weapon people.
It's surprising how much faster sharpness drops in this one compared to G Ultimate.
Whoa, that was a hell of Bounce.
Tiny doggo can jump.
Has legs, will travel. Ow. The hardest Monster Hunter Generations to get into, your 11-year-old has eyes on it. I don't know what rating it is age-wise.
Can't be very high age-wise.
I can check, hang on.
But it's not an easy game.
It's rated 16 and up, so she can't play it.
Oh.
Sorry, they can't play it. I thought you said daughter. You didn't. You said 11-year-old.
I mean, there's just a bunch of like hunting stuff in it. That's not that bad.
Yeah, well. I heard somebody get a bow. Oh, I got a gem at the same time as someone. You?
I didn't get one.
I also said bone when I meant shiny. Why do I think... Oh, there's the giant one. Why do I think bones are shiny? Actually, it's just... How are you not poisoned yet? Those are some of my most poisony arrows.
It's not poisoned yet.
I know, I'm annoyed. It should be. I guess he lives in poisons. Maybe his resistance is a little higher.
I don't think so.
Well, I've used up all my poison coating and he isn't poisoned.
Who interrupted my finisher?
He's going to do his tail thing. Oh, he got me.
Peak performance is worn off.
I'm still pressing Assassin's Creed button. I'm trying to stand up by pressing the crouch button.
So far, how far are you into that game now?
I think I'm like 20 hours-ish.
Are you feeling the grind yet?
Yes, very. Level 18 is when it starts getting very apparent that they wanted to push microtransactions.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Because equal level enemies start taking much longer to die. Even if you have, like, purple and gold quality gear. And the grind was never that bad in Origins. I never felt like I was underpowered at any point in that.
So you would definitely recommend Origins over Odyssey?
Oh, no, because this, like, the actual combat plays better. Because in Origins it's very basic. The parrying system's better in Odyssey, the weapons feel more diverse and satisfying to use. Because you have a bunch of abilities to use outside of just, like, one overpower attack every so often. It's not just because you have the Spartan kick, although that is hilarious. I keep on killing mercenaries that are much higher level than me by just luring them onto something tall and kicking them off. There's also not nearly enough assassinating and templaring. There's literally zero assassin stuff so far. In Origins it made sense.
So you're just like traveling around the Greece Islands or something?
No, you're finding your family, your mother specifically. And then you find this cult that's wanting to kill your bloodline because your bloodline is presumably the bloodline of assassins, but that hasn't been revealed yet. But it must be, because otherwise why would they care? So then you do have a target. You have another precursor to the Templars called the Cult of Cosmos, but there's no assassins.
Some say Cosm.
Some say Cosm, yes. Got another plate.
Okay, let's not forget to switch to Greatsword.
Well, I need to make one first. Well, I guess I could use unupgraded Wyvern Ignition, but I don't know if I want to do that. I can make the Odo... Wait, there isn't an Odogar one. Devil Joe? Yeah, I can make the Devil Joe one. I wouldn't be able to full upgrade that either, but... It's not too bad, unupgraded.
I guess, yeah.
Might as well go through a bunch of weapons just to hear all the ones I can, like use the switch axe as well. I only got one ticket. How many do we need, including like everything?
I'm not sure.
Because it's just cat gear, right? There's no hunter stuff for Mega Man.
Just cat gear, yes. So
There must be
presumably
then.
three.
Yeah.
That's my guess, but I'm not sure.
Oops. I went to my trusty hunter's notes by mistake. I feel so dirty. I was trying to receive a guild card from Sly. Here, receive one in your face back. Manage items. Restock. I'll make a great sword. Yes, Sora is attacking her toys. That's how she monster hunts. Well, I think she went through to the other room now. Forge a greatsword.
We might need 5.
5? Why 5?
3 for the armor, 2 for the weapon, apparently.
Christ. Well, that definitely means I'll be switching between different weapons just to... Yeah, I need yet another Devil Gem on the list.
Yep, 3 for the armor, and... Where the hell is the weapon? There it is, 2 for the weapon. Yep.
Okay, so 5 with 1 down. I'm keeping record.
Those poor Odogarans.
Yeah.
I'll get enough like gems
the
to
hell?
make the... I'll make
I just
the
got a
insect
Steam big picture and someone else called Reaper tried to add me.
odd, to
Yeah,
say the least.
it's not the Reaper we know because he's already my friend list. Nice
again,
try, whoever it was.
I'm not surprised you get like random Steam friends invites.
Not that often anymore that Steam has made it harder for junk accounts to exist, but back like a year ago for sure, yeah. It's a very purpley pink skeleton pumpkin thing you've got there.
Ah, this is the right quest. Almost
Oh,
jumped
to
the
be
wrong
fair
one.
to whoever just sent that friend invite, it ain't exactly an original name, so... Maybe they've been on Steam for 24 years. Because they can time travel, so... Yeah. It's playing the music.
It's doing the thing.
That varies as well, because I don't think that was the same one last time. It's giving me the Great Sword tutorial.
Nice.
Wait, why am I getting the evade tutorial? You know what? I did press the wrong button to block there. I pressed the Assassin's Creed button. It's just a flat out original version by the sound of it. It's no wonder people always remember Wily Stage 2, because even for just a MIDI, it sounds so good.
Yep, that's a great track.
making me Mega Man nostalgic, but I don't like the look of 11 at all. I don't even mean the visual style, really. I kind of got used to it.
Just like how it plays, eh?
I don't like the level design. It's trolly. Too trolly. Like frequent, just sudden obstacles and pits and damage that you can't possibly have avoided without knowing the level already.
Ah, that's annoying.
Yep. I also don't particularly like the speed and power gear system they've added to it either. But that's a personal taste thing, not a I disagree with how you've done this thing. But yeah, the level design is definitely just a general critique. They've done it very badly. It's like, you know how you would get to a bit in Dark Souls and if you've never been there before there might just be something that, like, boom, you're dead? It's that constantly.
Yeah. Speaking of Dark Souls, the Switch version is finally out, I think.
Yeah, I've been hearing terrible things.
I haven't looked into it.
There is missing sound files.
Ugh.
So
What?
the specific example I read was for doing like a, well, they said visceral because I guess they played Bloodborne, but they must have meant like backstab. There's no sound of either. It's either when the sword goes in or comes out. There's only one noise for some reason.
Why?
Because they didn't port it correctly. I don't know. Someone got a plate or a gem. Coupled with the fact it's not the remastered version that's on all the other consoles and PC. It's the original version, the Prepare to Die edition. So it has a DLC included, but other than that, it's not upscaled at all because it's still 30 frames. Blighttown is still a laggy mess. Oh, I don't know, I can't say that for certainty, but that's just an educated guess based on the provided facts.
I mean, Blighttown is a laggy mess in all the versions, no matter where you play it.
But what do you expect, really? Because the Switch wouldn't have been able to handle... Actually, no, I feel like the Switch is strong enough to handle Dark Souls 1, so I'm not sure what happened.
It should.
Like, it could handle Dark Souls 2. It's just when you get to 3 that it'd have issues. It's the removal noise of the stab that's missing, apparently.
Why? That's just weird.
Doo-doo-doo.
Maybe I'll play it when it drops down in price, but considering it's on a Nintendo console, that's probably not gonna happen.
But you have the Nintendo console.
No, it's dropping in price.
Oh, it dropping in price. Right, yeah. I know what I was told. If we're getting this out this month, the My Hero Academia fighting game.
Is it?
Yeah, it's out in October, I want to say like 26th or 28th. But the reason I've largely forgotten about it is that it looks absolute trash. I still wouldn't mind trying it. It just doesn't look... Like, compared to Dragon Fighter Z, nothing is going to compare for a while. From terms of, like, a living anime visual style. But it doesn't even look as good as, like, the old Naruto Ninja Storm games.
That's just, I guess, lazy then.
When I first saw it, my assumption was because there's a Switch version.
No. Not everything is the Switch's fault. It might just be cashing in.
But it seems made from the ground up with Switch in mind, rather than being what it usually is, where people just rush out a Switch port because, hey, they'll buy anything. Because right from day one they were like, yeah, this is out on the Switch, and it felt and looks to me like a game that was made more with the Switch in mind than the other consoles or PC. If it is even on PC, I'm not sure. And I think this is the first My Hero Academia game of any type, maybe. Outside of Japan, at least.
Well, possibly.
So you want to start with a good one. You don't really want it to start with a lackluster one, and I think it's not going to be well received. The only thing I can see being received worse in terms of upcoming anime games is the J-Force.
What now?
The
Jump Force.
Jump Force,
of course.
yeah. The one that has, like, Naruto, Dragon Ball, One Piece, etc., Yu-Gi-Oh! Because the visual style they've chosen for that, it goes too far in the other direction. It looks so bizarre and overly realistic.
Where's the tail? Ah, there it is.
There's a shiny underneath him.
I see it.
Someone check the release date of that game so I'm remembering it correctly. I'm like 90% sure it's August 26th or 28th. I think it's called like One's Justice or something. The funniest part with the over realistic style for J-Force is they still can't make Bleach characters look proper. It's because that like Kubotaid's art style with the super pointy chins just does not work in any other style. Yeah. So they always look terrible. They have done in the previous Jump related games. It's like my face is a triangle. That's normal.
Mm-hmm.
What other weapons do I already have pre-made? Do I have anything? Oh, switch axe, yeah, I'll use that. Got another plate and one ticket.
Didn't get anything special except for one ticket.
These poor puppies. Did you get Valkyria Chronicles % sign? I know what you mean, and no, I didn't. I didn't get around to it. I feel like I decided it wouldn't really be a good stream game.
It might be way too long for stream.
Yeah, exactly.
To be honest.
And if it isn't going to make a good stream game, it's less likely I'll find the time to play a long JRPG. Like Odyssey, it's not going to be that long, and I can just do a mission here or there and then be done with it for the day. Although I am surprised just like how much content they give you. Quantity over quality. Yeah, the new Dragon Ball movie that's upcoming looks good. Which people were worried about because they were doing a different style. I've forgotten the exact term for it, but they're using the animation style where there's a lot of cells of animation that if you take one of those cells, it looks absolutely terrible. But they exist so that in motion it looks super fluid. Like, it's a very in thing, or was many years ago, to take pictures. I know a specific example. I was going to say exactly. I know a specific example to bring up. In the original series of Naruto, the finale fight of pre-Shippuden of Naruto and Sasuke, there's a ton of screen caps of their fight where Sasuke's head looks super weird and all that. Those are just so that in motion it looks super smooth. But if you take those pictures and put them out of context, it's like, wow, how did they get away with doing animation that bad? It's not.
I forgot what the term is called, but it's basically like the middle between like two normal.
Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah, we're not looking for the term for like the animation.
There's like a middle frame between that.
There's an animation term for those cells that go between two frames. It's a movement frame or something, and I've forgotten what the animator term for it is. Court would know it, but he's not here. I don't recognize the Switch Axe music. And all animes do that, but there's like a couple of studios that often do those super fast, smooth motion fights that do them a lot. And I think the new Dragon Ball Super movie is also doing that style. So if you look at stills, if you look at those in-betweeny bits, it'll look basic or terrible. But when you see it in motion, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't think they're called just in-betweens. There is an actual term for it. I got another plate!
Of course you did.
Transition cells? It might be those.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Because that does describe what they're for. I want the shiny. Must have shiny. Transition cells between keyframes. Somebody's reading Wikipedia. I think I gave you all elemental stats effect up, so enjoy.
How and why?
I ate a poison mushroom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can tell me what the music is for this one. I have no memory of it. Bring me a ball. No, you did not. You brought me a snake. Dive Man from Mega Man 4. Nope, no memory of that one.
Same.
Protogaro.
Rip. Also, speaking of Switch games, where's my Dragon's Dogma port?
You want to play Dragon's Dogma again? I got another play.
Yes.
You could just play like the PS4 or PC version again.
Already did that.
Oh. Wait, didn't the PS4 version just come out?
It came out a while ago.
Well, I mean like this year. Because
Might have been this year, yeah.
Because it used to be on like PS3, but then it came out on PC when I played it, and then recently it got re-released again on Xbone and PS4. And now you want it on the Switch, because now you own a Switch, everything has to be on the Switch.
Yes. Especially Dragon's Dogma.
Hmm. Hello, Frost. I desire Odogarons. Aha! But now what we talk about now that we've done our usual of like talking about anime, making fun of the Switch that we both own.
Yep.
I haven't read any controversies because I've been watching Netflix. And I already talked about making a murder in Daredevil, so that's those out of the way.
There isn't any new memes either, so that's out the window as well.
Yeah, what's up with that? Internet, think up more memes. Actually, no, just do more of the moth one. That's fine. I enjoy the moth one.
Nah, but that's old at this point.
An opinion on Red Dead Redemption 2? I don't plan to play it. I'm not interested in it.
It's gonna be monetized to fuck, so I don't have any interest.
Also, I feel like we talked about Red Dead Redemption 2 when we were last playing Generations Ultimate.
You might have done.
Because wasn't that just when the controversy about the 100-hour weeks came out, or... Maybe it hadn't been revealed yet. Maybe someone just asked if I was playing it. So I've been having that asked by a few people recently.
Yep, I think so. That might have been it.
Thank you for the bit so soft. Corns for dinner!
Ooh.
It is indeed. Yeah, don't let the games industry fool you into thinking 100-hour weeks are acceptable. Even willingly.
Yeah, that's just not on. That's stupid.
That kind of mentality still exists in Japan, and that's why so many business people die in Japan.
Or
Of
kill
exhaustion.
themselves.
Or kill themselves, yes. Because if they don't do that, they get passed over for a promotion and overlooked and get stuck in dead-end jobs. Like I saw an announcement that Rockstar was allowing their employees to talk about the 100-hour work weeks, but I didn't see any of the workers actually do it. But even if every single one of them said it was voluntary and that they were okay with it, they're in the wrong.
They're not gonna say that anything else
Yeah,
because
because the boss
they
man
don't
will be
wanna get
taking
fired.
names. Yeah. They'll find some reason, some administrative thing to get rid of anyone who talks bad.
Yep.
Like, the crunch only exists in the gaming industry, right? At least in the sense of overworking and in a tight time frame over and over and over rather than just one project.
It happens in other industries as well, but there's usually like a union or something.
Oh yeah, that's the it's the thing. Game companies are not unionized. It's do or be fired.
So programmers union, get on that.
Like when I worked retail and we had no central heating and it was below the legal allowed temperature, and I complained and was told to put up with it or leave. Companies are wonderful.
Yep. Definitely deserve to be people.
Everyone who talked about the 100-hour week said it was bullshit. I'm glad, but they're not going to stop.
Of course not. You gotta make those record profits.
And because it's a Rockstar game and apparently a bunch of people like the first one, they're not even going to not buy it out of protest.
I mean, the first one was really good.
But that's a lose-lose situation, because if you do like refuse to buy out of protest, that might just result in them having to lay people off.
They're gonna lay people off regardless.
Well, yeah.
Because that's how those kind of studios operate.
Damn, I don't have any
They'll
other
crunch
weapons.
them and then they lay them off.
Back to the best one. Aren't unions disliked in America? Probably. But I don't know. I'm not from there. I might not have been able to tell that by my American accent.
Yeah, for some reason Americans don't like unions. I don't get it.
Probably for similar reasons why they don't like healthcare being paid for by the state.
Possibly.
Well, Soulsteel says the people who did the 100 hours said they wanted to or chose to.
Mm-hmm, right.
The thing is, a game company chooses when their game goes gold. And it's at the point it goes gold that they're ready for shipping. If it hasn't gone gold, you can always say we're going to delay. Or if you're not sure, just
That's
wait.
gonna make the shareholders unhappy if you delay.
I guess. But that's if you've said too early in a date to start with.
But you gotta do that to build the hype.
Wouldn't shareholders care more about what quarter something is released in rather than a specific month? Like as long as say it's in like Q1 2019 or... Oh. Unions are attacked by big business here, not by most people. But those big businesses are comprised of people though. There are still people making that decision to do that. I'm not looking forward to the day where I have to go back into the machine. Be it retail or some other form of machine, but it's still a machine.
Well, that was depressing.
Yep, that's your fault. Well, wait, no, it wasn't. It was chat's fault. They brought it up again. Don't worry, Dr. Wily's stage 2 will take us all to a better place.
Just like these doggos. We're taking them to the farm.
No, no, that's gone sad again. Not that farm. Look at his little tail, it missed. Because the hitbox is applying this one. Kinda.
Possibly.
Well, certainly better than in Generations Ultimate. I'm looking at you, tiny Gambital, rather. Or rather, I would if we could get far enough in the game to be able to do that hunt. I think it was a G rank one.
No, I think that one was in Gen, so it must be end of high rank. It might be a hyper monster though.
don't remember if it was hyper or not. New topic of conversation, Chad, that isn't about companies being assholes. See, it's hard, isn't it? It's hard not to be cynical or bitter on the internet.
I mean, that's basically the internet.
Just listen to the stage 2 music, it's fine. How about Maple Story 2? How about it?
What about Maple Story 2?
It's like having an anime seizure.
With a bunch of porn in it.
Yep. I think I described it in my Let's Look At, which
For the
hasn't gone live yet, as like looking at an open wound.
Nice.
The Arrow went live.
I saw it.
Yeah. A lot of people with the... Oh, do you realise this is 45 minutes, not an hour? No, I can't tell time, so I didn't. How come you didn't say those comments on the video that was 106 minutes long? Sorry, 66 minutes long, I mean, I can count.
There's 100 minutes to an hour, of course.
Well, see, on YouTube it writes it as 106.
Yes, I know.
That's what threw me off. In Odyssey, do you find yourself always in need of olive wood? Yes, that's so that you... Oh, I got another gem. So that is
Where the hell
to
is
make
the
you
tail?
buy the resource
There it
pack
is.
that gives you a bunch of wood because you never have enough because it's needed for everything. It's needed for your armor upgrades, your weapon upgrades, your boat, every aspect of your boat. You need a bunch of money for that too. And then also there's a story gate which requires you to have 15,000 drachmae, which is also very hard to get. It does give you a couple of quests that can earn you quite a bit of it, but you still have to go grind out the rest.
I wonder why that is.
I'm very disappointed that they felt the need to increase the grind. Because Origins, there's a little bit of a grind, but not enough to make me want to buy anything, but I guess that's the point.
Yep, you didn't buy enough microtransaction in Origins.
Yeah.
So
It's just it's been
Here you
heavily
go.
monetized, and they've fallen back into the Ubisoft mindset where, oh, people liked Origins for the most part, some people didn't, but most people liked the change. Let's start churning out one a year that looks like this.
it's only gonna get worse from here.
They did go on the record specifically saying there would not be an Assassin's Creed game next year because they knew people would anticipate it after seeing Odyssey. Thank you, Clandestine Sanity, for 25 months in a row. I did see it, sorry, we were on a point. Bullying muscle puppies, how could you? They're making us, but just listen to Dr. Wily Stage 2, though. Also, that was an attempt at a different conversation, but it still managed to turn into
Yep,
a
we got
negative
cynical
one.
again.
I mean, Maple Story is just a grind with anime porn in it, so if you're looking for a distraction, I would say it's okay for that.
It might be fun, but it doesn't agree with my internet apparently.
Just because of all your hacks.
Yes, I'm a notorious hacker.
Have you had a look at Generation Zero? No, I try not to.
And what now?
People born in after the year 2000.
Oh.
And now I have 21st Century Breakdown in my head. It's a Green Day song.
Yeah.
There's a weird lyric in that one where he implies there's video games about 9/11, I think. Because he says
there might be one or two, but
he
not
says
many.
video games show the towers fall, and I don't know any other towers he'd be mentioning as an American. I can't think of any.
There's certainly not any big ones, so you must be playing weird indie games.
Oh, he is also an alcoholic and or druggie, I think, so maybe he's also just confused about gaming in general.
Quite possibly.
Oh, Generation Zero is a game. Well, it is also people born in the late 90s, early 2000s, for the
What's
record.
the Generation Zero game about?
Yeah, I would like to know more. Like the recurring lyric in that song I was talking about is "My generation is zero." What am I looking for? What's that? Horizon Zero, but it's a survival game. Is it Steam Early Access? Also, still, I was...
crafting open world early access.
I did a spoiler-free review of Daredevil Season 3 at the start of the stream, and yesterday I talked about Making a Murderer's Part 2. They're both worth watching, but I don't want to talk about them again because I went off on at length about Making a Murderer again. Although I did have 2 episodes still to watch when we talked about that.
And now you've watched them.
Mm-hmm. If people don't mind me spoiling the outcome, I can talk about that. It is a documentary, so it's not like a spoiler for a movie.
True.
It's still worth watching as well to see the process and how broken it is.
Justice system is broken? Who knew? Now
Well-
we're cynical again. Nice.
the youngest one who got put away until 2040 something.
Yeah.
He's fighting to get released because his testimony was forced out of him by the FBI. They get a high court judge to agree. The prosecution disagree. They force it to go higher to the 7 seats court or whatever it's called,
Yep.
where a panel of 3 judges is randomly selected and they vote on it. 2-1 vote. They agreed, so he was still to get freed. Prosecution fought again and forced to do something that in, like the documentary said, in 15,000 cases it had only been done 40 times, where the whole panel gets called back to do it again, and for some reason they agree because, you know, they don't want to get sued for wrongfully imprisoning a 16-year-old for 10 years. And then they won 5-4, I think the vote was, to keep him in prison, and that was the last possible appeal he could make, so he's in prison forever. Unless the other part happens, where the main murderer gets cleared. They submit all the new evidence that proves his innocence, proves who actually did it, and without any explanation why, it gets refused in the documentary.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Because, you know. So they're basically just going to keep on pushing. Every time they get more evidence, they're going to re-appeal because they can do it constantly as long as there's new evidence. And she basically said even if they can't get it out, they want to get it out in terms of like in the documentary and on the internet because they want to show that the system is corrupt. They don't want to let a free man, or an innocent man rather, out because it would look real bad. Because they would have stuck an innocent man in prison for a total of over 20 years. I didn't pay attention to how many tickets I got there. Chat, can you tell me?
I mean, you can just check your box.
It'd be quicker to ask chat, though. Any Americans who hear anything more about the case that's covered in Making a Murderer, I would be interested in knowing. To see if justice is ever done.
The soonest justice is going to be done is when everyone involved is dead.
Mm-hmm. Or
Then
given
he
up.
has a chance he might get out, but not before that.
With the evidence she finds, though, I can't believe the one judge just looks at it for doing an appeal to get evidentiary hearing, which isn't even a retrial. It's just a look at new evidence, and it just comes back and says nah. When she proves that the murder weapon wasn't the murder weapon, she proves that the murder happened somewhere else. She proves who actually did it, and they're just like nah, you didn't do that. It's infuriating. Like she dug so deep she found the real murderer and they don't care. I was telling you the main, like, there's 2 people that are suspected. One for covering up and one for doing it. The one who did it,
Yep.
the prosecution in the original murder trial hid what was on his PC. And what was on his PC was not just underage porn, but a lot of pictures of dead women that looked like the victim. And he had searched
boy.
for various words about drowning, strangling, murdering women, and also how to hide that you've killed someone. And the prosecution in the original case, because it didn't fit who they wanted to send up for it, tricked the defense lawyers into agreeing not to bring the computer into evidence.
Great.
Yeah, and that's in the evidence she presented to try and get an evidentiary hearing, and they're still like, no, he probably didn't do it. And he went on the the stand for the prosecution in the original thing to frame the making the murderer guy, Stephen Avery. And it's like, well, why did he testify against both Stephen Avery and his own brother? Because his brother is the other accused. It's like, oh, it's because the FBI said, hey, if you don't, we're going to prove that you're a paedophile and send you to jail. It's like, oh, okay, I'll say what you want then. And then the other guy is his stepfather, so that's why he covered for him and lied as well. It's like, she finds the proof.
Oh,
she finds the proof that happened and they don't care. People are arseholes in general, but it's never been fully explained to me why they hate this one guy so much. That they're willing to send a 16-year-old to prison for life just to make sure he's also in prison for life. It makes no sense to me how they could hate him when he's done nothing to them. Well, he made them look stupid by getting sent to jail for a rape he didn't commit.
Yep, that's a good start.
He would have sued them for a lot of money, but that's not one person in particular, that's the whole department.
Yeah, but that's just it. If you have a beef with one person...
Was he
it's
black?
the
No, he is not
whole
black.
department.
They're all white, but they're all very, they come across to me as maybe being a little... Well, they all have learning difficulties. They're all of low intelligence, low income. And they all look so much alike that I wouldn't be surprised if there was a little bit of incest. That's never said in it, it's just that, like, all the family look alike. All of them. And they are all on the low intelligence side. The kid in particular has a double-digit IQ. And that's why it's all the sadder that the FBI con him into confessing to something he didn't do. And for one of the High Court judges, like, one is like really against the defense saying that his confession was forced. Any idiot will watch that and think he is being told what to say. They keep on insisting that he has to tell the truth when he doesn't say what they want because he's guessing what they want to hear. And then once he guesses correctly, they're like, yeah, okay, thank you for telling the truth. Now, what else did you do? And they made him sign a confession saying all that. Like, honestly, if you can find just a clip on YouTube or something of the confession tapes, I've forgotten his name, Brendan Dassey, I think? Yeah, that's it, Brendan Dassey's confession tape. It's probably on YouTube. Watch it and decide for yourself whether the FBI agents talking to him are coercing him to admit to something he definitely didn't do, because he's guessing. Like, it's worse for him, because at the end of the day, even if he did everything that they tricked him into saying he didn't kill anyone. He saw a murder happen, assuming it happened their way, which it didn't. But if it did, he didn't do anything himself. He stumbled upon a murder happening, is the story. So there's no reason he would be serving life for that anyway. So it makes no sense.
Yep. There's something wrong there.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna get fixed.
I think part of the reason is they tried to offer him plea bargains where if he admitted guilt, they would let him have time off his sentence, and he would never do it because he didn't do anything. So we're like, okay, we're going to punish you for not taking a plea deal. Like, everyone involved on the police and court side are arseholes. Apart from some of the high court judges. Like, everybody in Wisconsin police force and court is terrible. Terrible people. I got 2 plates in a row from that.
Anyone see the tail?
Over
Or is it
by
from-
Plea Costumus, I think. Yes, it's by him.
Ah, okay.
Oh, you're from Wisconsin, Frost? Well, you must know more about the case than anybody then, because it's constantly in the news there.
Is it though?
Oh, it is. The documentary's filled with news stories covering it. Never in a positive light, obviously, and even the documentary itself is covered in a very negative light in part 2. They keep on interviewing the corrupt prosecutor who put them in jail that got sacked for sexually harassing an abuse victim he was representing. Because he's writing a book about it and how the accused is murdered before and he selected his victim and all that other... He's just like creating stories to make money.
Yep.
Everybody's making a dime off it. Even the defense lawyers from part 1. They went on tour to talk about it. Oops, pressing the wrong button. And they also declined rather to be interviewed for part 2. Probably because they didn't care at that point. And they're shown to be slightly incompetent. Because not everything that they missed was because the prosecution and police hid it from them. And they did a very poor job not getting people in to refute the obvious problems with the evidence provided. Thank you, G the Younger, for 13 months in a row with Twitch Prime. Welcome back. And for giving us a way to get out of this conversation that makes me mad every time I talk about it, so that's why I keep going. Because like, if the courts won't help these people, we have to keep on talking about it. To make people take notice and remember that it's corrupt to the core.
Yes, not much anyone can do. The system is a bit too ingrained.
Eventually other people will replace them though. They're very old, they'll die and get replaced, and hopefully you can change the minds of those who replace them.
Yeah, hopefully.
What's that line from Charlie Chaplin's speech? Dictators die and something? I've forgotten, it's been a while since I've heard it. The speech from Great Dictator is something everyone should listen to once every so often though, just to remember what it's like to be human. Ow. Why not talk about the updates to Divinity 2? Because I haven't played them.
Me neither.
And I have no interest.
I'm gonna play it again at one point, but not yet.
No. I have no interest in going back. They shouldn't have to bring out a special edition to fix their bad storytelling.
I mean, they did the same thing for the first one, so it was
Oh, did they?
kind of obvious, yep.
What happened with the first one? I never played it. I saw Dragon Akis play a little bit of it once.
I don't know what was wrong with the first one, though.
Oh, so you don't know what they changed when they patched it?
Correct.
Ah, does anyone in chat know? I'm curious. I didn't realize there was a track record. Got another gem. You son of a bitch.
All the gems you never wanted.
I've got to build some Odogaron weapons now. Just gotta. Jazz, now it's a challenge for you. It's a chance to unlock an achievement if you can think up something that will not result in us getting into a negative or depressing subject.
Good luck with that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's the line, Jaweb. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed and hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. It's just before that part, though, where he talks about dictators getting old and dying and being replaced. Because they're not immoral.
Yet.
Yet. Until the singularity happens, and then we're really fucked.
Hey, I got 2 tickets.
Oh, hang on. How many
I think
do I
I'm
have?
done.
That is my 5th, so I must have got 2 last time, so I'm also done. No more doggos. All the Devil Joes.
Oh boy.
What do I have to kill to get my 2nd equipment slot? Or do I already have it now that Xenojiva's dead?
You should, I think.
It's possible I do and I just never equipped anything. Fane is not my waifu. I killed him and then literally destroyed his soul and sucked it inside myself.
Nice.
To cast a spell that I've forgotten about. Oh yeah, I do have the space and I just never used it. What will I use? I will use Vitality.
Just remember the ending to Divinity 2. The NPCs that travel with you just turning on you for no reason.
Well, that's why I
Great.
killed Fane and ate his soul, yes. He deserved it for turning on me. That's the reason I'm so spiteful as a person, chat, because I never feel like I've done anything to deserve someone stabbing me in the back, so that's why I go after them when they do. To the fullest I am able. That's the line I was thinking of. The hate of men will pass and dictators die. Good words to live by.
Until we all die from killing our planet.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Oh boy, this is nice.
What do I have to build to get to the Odogaron tree? I have to build Toby, which comes from Bone. Any Halloween plans? Turning off my lights and not answering the door. So that's a negative. God damn it. Oh, no, but last year was my first Halloween in the new house, so I had candy, and I think I was streaming at the time. I only got one family to the door. The mothers of the kids were exceptionally rude and didn't care that one of the kids fell over. So I was like, no, I will not be doing this again.
Welp.
Oh, I need Toby to... I need Toby Kadachi's claws, but I think that's like low rank. Son of a bitch. I hate not just being able to build into something I want with the monster bits. Well, I guess I'll put that on the list to never do. Oh, I equipped it by accident as well. Let's see, change equipment. Is that a normal Wednesday? Should we tell him?
What should we tell him?
That it's not Wednesday. That it's Saturday.
Is it?
Yeah, that's why we're playing this and not Generations.
Oh, of course.
Let's see. Now, forgotten fossils. What is this? There's a bunch of cleanup quests I really should do, but can't be asked. Before we do Devil Joes for the rest of the evening, let's do... I don't have anything on the right map for fire self stones. Who are you arm wrestling?
What? I lost?
Oh! Who is Sly and where did they gain such power?
What the hell?
You're the new goat. Congratulations, you get sacrificed on Halloween.
Excellent. Oh, is that why gold isn't around anymore?
Oh, my lawyers have told me to plead the fifth.
Ah, okay.
Chat, I refuse to not think of something that doesn't end in a cheerful conversation. No, Sly, don't re-challenge him! No, take your win and leave! What the? It was a draw?
I'll settle for a draw.
That's the first draw I've seen, I think. Actually, I could turn that question back on you, chat. What are you all doing for Halloween? Are you going trick-or-treating with kids? Are you dressing up for an adult party? Are you dressing up as Batman and getting your wife to dress as the Joker? Don't ask, it's not weird.
Isn't there a comic where Batman is like
No.
Wayne?
No.
And...
No.
No?
Nope, never. I don't know what you're going to say,
Pretty
but
sure that
nope.
happened at some point.
No, that's not ever happened ever.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Okay then.
You're probably working. If you bop Sora, does she flop over? No, she likes trying to have my hand in her mouth. Not in a biting sense, just kind of like having it there. I went to the wrong bloody camp twice.
But why though?
If she's sitting on my seat or on the bed and I come over to give her a cuddle, she tends to flop around. Because she has trouble sitting still, she's very energetic. You're opening your basement to show the kids your knife collection.
How nice of you. What
Where-
the hell happened there?
Wear a Michael Myers mask as you do. Halloween themed D&D night. How do you turn a D&D game Halloween themed? Are you just in costume? Because
Play Call of Cthulhu instead.
I thought you nerds kind of just dress up for that stuff already.
I don't think that's very common.
I'm waiting to see the answer. Or are you playing a scenario where there's a horde of pumpkin monsters? Oh, bugger, it's over there. Yeah, make every enemy pumpkin themed. Pumpkin dragon, pumpkin dungeon, pumpkin.
Pumpkin King?
Pumpkin King. Oh, you'll never defeat him though.
No, he's the one that gives you the quest.
Oh. Scenario against spooky ghost skeletons and vampires. Vampires?
So,
He's right to
at
tie you.
least a lich. A lich.
A lich.
How do you say that word?
Lich.
A lich.
Yes. As poor as your Rattles is being bullied to high health.
He deserves it. He knows what he did.
Curse of Strahd? Don't know what that is. Valinor apparently does, but that amused noise he made.
That's an interesting adventure.
Oh, you played it before? Or?
No, I've heard of it.
Ah. Does it end with sex?
No.
Would you
think it
like it
does.
to? See, that's
I mean,
a D&D
depends
pickup
on your-
line I just invented.
I mean, that depends on the DM.
Well, if you slide into the DM, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Ugh. Ugh. Why you do this?
Because I feel like if I played D&D again, I would take it even less serious. I would much rather play 40k again. It's poor
But it's-
forest.
Much easier to play D&D online than it is to play Warhammer online.
Is that still true though? I thought I saw on Reddit a bunch of people complaining about the. Oh, we used it once as well in one of the few D&D times I played online. Like D20 it's called, or Roll20? I heard they were starting to monetize or something.
It might.
I think I played like 4 D&D games in my life. 2 of them were in person and then 2 of them were using that.
That makes sense. I mean, if you didn't take to it after like 4 sessions, it's not gonna happen.
No, I don't enjoy it. I like the gameplay aspect. I hate the role-playing aspect.
So you'd enjoy like an hack and slash dungeon crawler
Like
instead
Hero
of all that
Quest.
setup stuff.
I don't mind trying to work out puzzles and things. It's just I don't want to sit in a room of sweaty adults and pretend that I'm talking to an elf. That's not my bag, baby. Role-playing is the fun bit? No. Making fun of the role-playing is the fun bit. Kids doing the role-playing stuff I can understand. I don't see the appeal as an adult. You even roleplay Cluedo?
Well, that's extra nerdy.
I feel like if we knew each other in real life, your cause of death would be involving Cluedo pieces. Sir Night Meow in the basement. Professor Plum stuck down his throat. Why did you do it? We were just role-playing. Playing as Assassin the Goomba. Oh, as an assassin and Goomba the enemies, I see. You've gone quiet.
I'm trying to find my way to it because
Oh.
I'm kind of lost.
I thought you were really into Cluedo and were offended.
No, I've played it once.
Ah, it's a good game.
And I don't think I played the real version. I played the Philips CDI version.
Oh no. Cluedo's a great mind game. I bet you could get Cluedo on that tabletop simulator, but it looks so janky. Mar.
That's tabletop simulator for you.
It's great that it exists, I just wish it didn't look as bad as it does. Does, as I start to lose my voice. It's getting near that time of night. Everyone is shocked I'm not into roleplay after that Batman and Joker line earlier. See, for the purposes of a joke, I'm willing to roleplay to the extent the joke requires. But there's a line in the sand that I will not cross.
And that line in the sand is Batman and Joker making out.
Yeah, pretty much. If they just made out, the Joker would stop going on murderous rampages, honestly.
I mean, yeah.
They complete each other. Oh.
I'm
He's not
sure
really
there's fan fiction like that out there.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's like an official comic in some alternative universe. One of them would have to be female because they would be too scared to do male.
Like that one time where Bruce Wayne died instead of his parents.
Yeah, there's a movie about that. Where his father becomes Batman instead. For no apparent reason. Other than to be... Who capped this? That's what you
I
get.
have to ask.
In the comics, they'd both be female.
Nice. That would also not be hard to find.
One of Scarlet Witch's kids is gay. I know that much. From Secret War. Don't remember the guy's name, but he's in a relationship with... It's not a young version of the Hulk. He looks like the Hulk, but he can change form, and he's half alien. He's half Skrull. Or Skull, whatever the hell that alien race is called.
You okay?
I don't know of any in DC, though. Well, in Gotham, there technically is, but not in the comics. Although in Gotham was a bisexual thing. I keep forgetting what tier Joe is in. There he is. Captain America and Bucky? No. That's a soldier thing, that's different. That's camaraderie. That's like Batman Robin. It's not the same thing.
Is it though?
Wasn't there a Harley Quinn Poison Ivy thing at some point? They're always kind of flirting. Like even in the animated cartoon, they flirt. Because Poison Ivy flirts with everyone. And I guess Harley Quinn doesn't care. Like there's at least 2 episodes of the original cartoon where they end up running off together. Like there's one where they break out together and have like a Christmas shopping spree, and then there's one where they just hide out because Harley Quinn wants to be away from the Joker.
But does that make them more than friends?
She always goes back to the Joker in the cartoon, even after he pushes her out a window. they did actually become a thing. Oh, well, that's lesbian, though. And you know the kind of people who do comics, so... Is there any male?
It's more for the fan service than the inclusion.
Like, female does not surprise me in a comic meant for a majority male audience. The alternative is rarer. I hear a dojo. Oh, this is getting ridden by Valinor.
Yeah. This
Music,
mount is taking
please.
way too long. Finally.
I still don't have my Devil Joe music.
Yeah, because it's fallen over. Can't get up.
I feel like I just heard a Wilhelm scream in the background there. Nice, I stunned him.
Drop the shiny.
Where is the... Oh yeah, I see. Saliva. Ugh.
Nice.
Just trying to think myself for anyone in the DC universe. There's an assassin in the Batman universe called the Flamingo, who is very, very flamboyant, and he eats people, but I don't know...
That doesn't mean anything.
I don't know
That's
precisely on his sexual preferences. He eats both genders, as far as I'm aware, because he's a mob hitman.
Okay.
Interestingly, he's in Gotham as well. They did him in Gotham, although he wasn't as flamboyant. He still used a whip, though. In the comics, he's responsible for shooting Damien in the spine so he can't move until he gets a new spine from his mother.
Comics are so weird.
Oh, it gets weirder. She
Casually
puts
gets a new
a...
spine.
Yeah, they give him a robot spine, and it has a chip in it that lets her take control because she wants to use it to kill Batman. Who at the time is Dick Grayson, but she still doesn't like him apparently. Oh, you're absolutely right. Yeah, one of the X-Men is gay. Yeah. Yeah, I believe you're correct. Might be Iceman, I don't remember specifically who, but yeah, you're right. No, but wait, the X-Men are Marvel as well. It's just that they aren't in the films because they're a separate license. Because
Shows how
like,
much I know about comics that I didn't question that.
yeah, I didn't question it at first either. Then I was like,
X-Men,
hang on a second. I've been reading comics where
Something's not right
Spider-Man and Wolverine work together. That's not DC. One of the Green Lanterns. Oh wait, or is there an Iceman in DC as well? Because they like copying each other. Or it's not that they like copying each other, it's like writers change jobs and want to take characters with them. I think I was getting nommed there, but then you smacked him, you went a mile. Marvel does
The
seem
pickle
more
came
like the one to try and be like, oh yes, let's have everybody. Let's have a female version of a male hero that's been around for years. Let's have a gay couple for no reason. Let's have a transgender hero for no reason other than to tick a box. It does seem like a very Marvel thing to do.
Yes.
Whereas DC just doesn't care. Oh god. All I want to do is one sliding attack, but it won't trigger the damn sliding animation. Please. Thank you. Finally. The question? Who is the question?
I've never heard of the question.
I have heard the name, I just can't picture who it is.
What's he do? Is he the Riddler?
It sounds like just like if you get Riddler to level 30, he evolves into the question.
Hey, I carved a gem from the tail. My first Devil Joe gem.
God damn it. Where is the tail? I forgot about that. Ah, it's hard to miss if you come over here.
No, Toby, don't. You don't want to come over here. Toby, please, no. Don't
No,
do
his
this to
mail order
yourself.
weapon has arrived.
Your
Question is that dude with no
Uber Eats is
face.
here.
Honestly, that
That's-
doesn't really nail it down.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that doesn't narrow it down any.
A Gotham investigator? I'm gonna Google it on my phone. I'm curious. Because if he's in Batman, then maybe I know him from one of the comics I've been reading. I just can't picture him.
Okay, this is unrelated, but which one is Constantine from?
Constantine is DC.
Ah, okay.
There's a team-up movie with him and Batman, an animated one. I watched the CinemaSins video on it, I haven't actually seen it myself. DC the... Oh, no, not SC. DC the question. Oh, apparently it was in the animated movie at some point, judging by animated cartoon rather, judging by the art style in some of these pictures. Nope, I haven't seen him in any of the comics I've been reading from this bi-monthly thing. He's not been in any of them. But he, actually, judged by the art style, he was probably in the Superman cartoon. It looked more like that. Sorry, you're getting tangled up in the wires. For goodness sake. Out this way. Out there. Out this way. There you go. There you go. Here, out the way. Got a piglet to kill.
Do it.
Did I see about a panther being spotted somewhere in Scotland? That happens every so often. I haven't heard anything about a recent sighting, no.
Did it get loose from a zoo or something?
No, I think it's like it's our version of Bigfoot.
But why a panther though? It's
Well, because
that's not likely
people
to
have
live there.
footage of seeing like a big outline of what looks like a black cat. But bigger than a house cat. So they're like, well, what's that? It must be some kind of panther, jaguar, etc.
Mountain lion.
Chat, I want you to imagine this horrifying scenario. You're sleeping in your bed. You left the curtains maybe a little parted. It's a storm outside. You get woken up by what sounds like tapping on your window. You stir from your sleep. You kind of get up. You hear a tapping again. You look to your window. And there in the window, breathing deeply, causing condensation with each breath, is the horrifying, dumb face of the Pokemon Bidoof. And it's his buck teeth tapping on the window. What do you do? What the fuck do you do?
I didn't see it going there.
If you see what a Bidoof looks like, you will know. I also must admit, I was thinking of that scenario where I was walking the dog this morning and I wanted to get it into the stream somehow.
Why?
Because have
Why
you
would
seen the
you do this to
Bidoof?
us?
Have you seen it? Can you imagine that face staring at you at night? It's horrible.
Jaguars, no.
It's a new weapon order.
It's his
Why not
club.
take-
Ow.
It's just... Luckily you have a bat next to your bed. Or he's my friend now. Catch it with a Pokeball. You go out there and pet it. Why only Bidoof? Because it's a nightmare creature. It is sustained on the energy of trainers in the Pokemon world it's murdered. And it managed to pull itself into our reality. And now its buck teeth are smacking off your window while it breathes deeply and watches you sleep.
Honestly, Mr. Mime would be freaky, yeah.
No, Bidoof. You do remember which one Bidoof is, right?
Yes, it's brown and it's kind of fluffy and it's like these weird teeth.
Yeah, it's a monster. Mr. Mime is weird, but he's not a Bidoof. And now with Gen 4 in Pokemon Go, I have to see Bidoofs everywhere I go and I feel like they're stalking me.
Okay.
Actually, on that subject, we've been playing so much Dead by Daylight. I'm pretty sure I had a dream about being stalked by Michael Myers. But not just me. It was a Dead by Daylight level, but it was like a school or something like that. And it wasn't just 4 people. It was like 20 to 30 people. And it was all just like a nice affair of running around. It didn't feel like there was any kind of impending doom. So yeah, Michael Myers is there. He's kind of stalking people. We should probably leave, but Michael Myers and his pet Bidoof.
That's just... Yep, that's dreams for you.
No,
That's
Bidoof
weird.
is not essentially a beaver. It's a nightmare demon that disguises itself as close to abnormal beaver as it can get and fails miserably. Stare into its stupid face. I'd alt-tab to get a picture of a Bidoof, but I can't because it might deceive me from the hunt. No!
We are on the last card, so I'm making sure.
It's a derpy gopher that's also evil, yes. And will kill you. Don't worry about those ghost Pokemon or anything like that. Bidoof's coming to get you.
Sure.
Sora, fear the Bidoof.
Defeat the old Bidoof.
Yeah. I did not get a gem! Hooray! Swirlpuff bought on us. They didn't even get any good gems! Hooray! I mean, trinkets, whatever the hell they're called. Gems?
Jewels?
Jewels, that's the one.
Is it jewels?
It might be jewels. As in family. And we have time for one more hunt, so I'm just going to post another Joe.
You okay?
No, you see, the creepy Pokedex entries for stuff like the Ghost Pokemon are part of a Bidoof conspiracy for you to fear them instead of the real threat, which is the Bidoof. They don't believe me, I'm trying to tell them. Magic Bananas is next on Mafia Frog's list.
Why?
Because he has too many dual weapons already fully upgraded and many gems just sitting there. I have a Mimikyu plushie because I agree that Mimikyu is adorable.
Agreed.
Unlike Bidoof, which is nightmare fuel.
But he's not a flying type, so isn't in my team.
So what you're saying is I should bring lots of fighting type? Or is that vice versa? I always forget if flying is for some reason good against fighting, or if fighting for some reason is good against flying. It's one or the other.
I always forget all the weaknesses once I stop playing a Pokemon game. Like, the week after, all this knowledge is gone.
I think fighting is good against flying. I think that's the
It
one.
might be, yes.
Because you can just punch a bird. What's that going to do? Yeah, fighting beats flying. And what's the reasoning behind that particular one, other than the obvious of fighting would beat most things?
You ever punched a bird? It's very satisfying.
I can't say I have.
Bones are so brittle.
But no, I'd like to. Yeah, electric always beats flying. That's the one I always remember. But it's fighting, I could never remember which way around it was because it doesn't really make much sense either way.
I'm waiting in ambush for the Devil Joe.
So am I now, kinda. Wait, flying is strong against fighting, so now it's the other way around. Oh, for goodness sake. You know what? I don't need to care about this kind of crap until Let's Go is out. So let's just save it for that.
Yeah, someone angered the Devil Joe. No, I can't.
Plus
can't
Costabus. You still technically could have. I could have been bait. And then we'll fight him in this narrow corridor where nothing could possibly go wrong.
That's why I mounted it. Now we go somewhere else. Possibly.
Should.
Of course, this is the one time he doesn't walk all over the place when
Yeah.
he's mounted. Because he wants to stay in this place. Of course, nice.
His tail phased through me, so the damage didn't register. I did it again. That's so frustrating. Alright, got him with that
Pokemon
one.
Let's
But
Go
still,
is just Gen 1, right?
with some new additions, like the Mega Evolutions and that Metang thing they added to Go. But other than that, I believe it is just the original 150.
Question is, will I find enough cool flying types to make a full team in that?
You've got the 3
If I
legendary
play it.
birds,
That's a good start, yes.
the Pidgey line.
Never been a fan of Pidgeotto.
Why, you don't like his fashionable hair?
For some reason, he doesn't appeal to me.
You mean, like, they are the flying type, they don't necessarily need to have a sprite that is flying?
They flying type or like a bird.
Like,
even
I
if
think,
it's not flying.
like, Charmander's half fire, half flying, right?
That doesn't count. It needs to be a bird.
Oh. Farfetch'd?
Yeah, yeah.
He has
The
the
leek
leek
is
so
cool.
that you can cook him with it, and he is delicious, yeah. Oh, Aerodactyl, he's a bone bird.
Yeah, yeah, that counts. I think.
That's a throw. That was not a throw.
The two-headed dodo is just stupid.
Dodo and Dotrio. It also doesn't fly. It's a ground type, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's a bird. Still counts.
This is very confusing criteria. What else? Oh yeah, Spearow and Feral. Do you like them compared to the Pidgey line?
Yeah, they'll do in a pinch.
I think we're way above the maximum of, well, presumably 5, because you'll have to have either Pikachu or Eevee. You can't get Lugia and Ho-Ho in Gen 1. Yeah, weirdo. I don't think it allows... Wait, no, it does. It allows importing from something, right? From Pokemon Go, maybe.
I don't play that.
I know, but I think I do remember hearing about it being able to either take things in from other games, or eventually you'll be able to take Pokemon out of that into... As I drop a bottle, luckily it landed up right.
Did you spill anything, or was it empty?
It had the tiniest dribble. But now the cardboard over there might taste of cola.
So the dog will eat it.
I don't think she cares about that. Allows importing, but only from Gen 1 Pokemon. So there, yeah, that makes sense. They're not going to program all 700 into a game that's only set in Kanto. Or 800, or however many there are now.
Too many.
Yes, too many. Hey, talking about Pokemon was remaining fairly positive.
Yep.
Oh, I guess some cola did spill because
Unless
she's
the
now
game
licking
shit.
the cardboard. Hey, I didn't think you'd like that. I think the game's gonna be good. I'm looking forward to it. Partly because it's just Gen 1. Partly because it looks good. In terms of like visual style. I don't mind the wild Pokemon being Go style capture since it's got proper battles.
Yep. I'll still have I'll have to watch you play it for a while before I make a decision on it.
Well, the worry there is if it doesn't let you play in docked mode, because if it doesn't let you do that, then I won't be able to stream it. I'll still play it, but I won't be able to stream it.
That would be very weird, but that just sounds like a Nintendo.
Well, with
move.
the Pokemon Go style capping, I'm not sure how they'd want you to do that. Because they might want you to do it touchscreen, is what I mean.
Yep, that sounds like Nintendo, alright.
Hopefully it will just be an option and not a necessity. Also, Toby's on his way. You know, the touchscreen that you didn't even realise your Switch had? That one.
Yep, that one. I don't think I've ever played it undocked.
I do. I play Generations sometimes, just with it out. Yeah, you would use the controls if they think to let you do that. Has that been confirmed? Oh, motion controls. I mean, I will put up with it if I have to, but I really don't like any game where I have to have the Joy-Cons separate, one in each hand, because they're so tiny and shittily made that I'd be scared about breaking them, and they're hard to hold on to. I don't mind having them. Yeah,
like
crush
an
them.
egg.
I absolutely could. I don't mind having them in that like dock thing that turns it into a pseudo controller. But separate, no, it's just they don't feel natural at all. Worse than the Wii remotes.
Yeah, I don't like them either.
Clearly not meant
Which
for
is why I
adults.
only play with my Pro controller.
Oh, that's the other thing. I don't know if it would let you.
Probably not. Because there are certain games that just don't work with the Pro controller. Which
Like
is
how you're supposed to
stupid.
do a Pokemon Go-esque capture with a Pro controller.
Just flick the stick.
Yeah, maybe.
Which would be terrible, but better than like touch screen.
Oh, that was a good pickle cut, just as he got up. Look at you all carving the tail. He's coming for you, and you deserve it. Sneak, 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 sneak. You get a gem, though. Come at me.
Yeah.
Pumpkin's running over here now.
Slobbered all over me. Gross.
That's rare. I wonder if I can cancel that with this. Nope.
You'd have to like eat an armor seed or something.
Oh, and I'd need the full version of the skill as well.
Yes.
Unfortunately. Almost done. She gets so impatient when she knows I'm near stop time.
It's almost as if she's learning.
Oh, she's very smart at picking up visual cues and other things to know when things are happening. That's why it's such a pain in the ass when she knows I'm getting ready to take her out a walk.
Does she hide?
Yep. She either runs onto my bed or runs onto my office chair. And she usually knows when I'm going to go through to the bathroom or when it's nearing her meal times. She even anticipates when I'm going shopping and have to leave her in her cage.
Does she go into the cage willingly?
Yeah. She'd rather be in the cage than go out walks with me.
She's
Although
a
I
scaredy
know,
cat.
like I can usually work out what triggers she's picking up on. Like in that case, when I go food shopping on my day off, I still take her out her morning walk first, and then I keep all my stuff on, and then start doing my prep for leaving the house again. And she's like, "Well, we just went out, so that must mean that you're going to be leaving me in the cage. So if you need me, I'll be in the cage." She just goes into it and sits and stares at me, waiting for me to bring her some biscuits and to lock her in it. Yes, as always, she is smart in incredibly dumb ways. Still waiting on her grasping the whole she's not going to die as soon as she goes outside thing. Oh! It's Mr. Basil. I want to see their turf war. Oh, they're doing it. Better stand clear.
I would, but I'm staggered. There we go.
you show him who's boss, Joe. Fly, fly. You didn't fly the right way.
Where is that Battle Geese material? There it is.
Oh no, I've got chat talking about Pokemon strats.
Yuck. Power gaming Pokemon is for nerds.
It is. Oh, they're following each other. Basil's trying to strike while he's limping. That's so Basil. He's Everkill, sawed off. And there he goes. I feel like we're still forgetting a flying, well, in the sense of it being a bird from Gen 1. I think given enough time I could recite all of Gen 1.
I was able to do that at one point, but that was years and years and years ago.
I used to have a poster on my wall that I'd see every day with them listed, so that probably helped. Come on.
Final hunt?
That is the final hunt, yeah. I'm not seeing any special animation. Nope. Gonna have to be in the rewards. All 4 or 5 gems I want.
Good luck with that.
Bleh, bleh, bleh. I'm simulating throwing up. In more ways than one.
But why?
I don't know. No, well now I'm just gonna hit Basil. Oh look, it's Discount Pickle. Yep. Look at him trying to fit in and be noticed. Senpai does not notice you. God damn it. Didn't even get that many rewards.
Same.
Oh, I got an earplug gem again. Nice. There's Poison Coat on the PS4, it's earplugs in this one.
Nice. This earplugs is at least somewhat handy.
No, because you've got to equip like 5 of the damn things. Frost, you look even more like Master Roshi every time I see you. Mega Man doesn't help, I suppose, but still. Anyway, for people watching After That on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed, despite all the negative things we ended up talking about. See you next time. Ta-ta for now.